What up, YouTube? Welcome to the vlog. I got my protein berry smoothie, backpack, notebook, laptop. Gonna go to a personal trainer conference today for business owners slash personal trainer, like fitness business owners. I don't know how to describe it. It's still early. It's like 6:30 right now. But anyways, gonna drive all the way to Long Beach for a one-day conference. I got the hookups, or else I probably wouldn't have gone, because I'm not a big fan of conferences. I'll tell you why in a sec. So I got all my stuff loaded in. The reason I'm not a big fan of these conferences, and anyone out there in your own industry, maybe you're a personal trainer yourself or a business owner, these conferences are, I seen them as so attractive and, you know, glamorous and shiny. And that's a problem, because a lot of times we spend so many days at these conferences, and so we lose time during the year to execute. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like reading a book so many times. Like, you know, all the smartest and richest people tell you to read a bunch of books, which I do read, and I encourage you to read. But if all you're doing is reading and not executing, that's the same thing with conferences. These things are usually like 2 to 3 days, and that just takes up too much time. The information is good, but it'd be more worth it, more valuable to use those 2 to 3 days to execute. So I haven't gone to one in a long time. This one's really good, and I got the hookups on price, friends, personal trainers, coaches, connections. But you know, this is a one out of every blue moon thing for me. Not saying they're bad, not saying they can't be useful, but I highly believe that executing is the #1 thing. You want to spend as much time executing as possible. But because I get to go to a conference, this vlog's gonna be more exciting than me just sitting around working on my computer all day. So I'll see you when I get there. We are here at the conference taking place at First Step Fitness. Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up?
How's it going?
Good. I'm Calvin.
Mike, nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you.
Welcome, come on in. We're getting set up. This is my wife, Amanda.
Hi.
Helped him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Calvin.
Calvin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, come on in. I'll meet you. We'll understand it.
Yeah.
So the second reason why we're doing this for free is because all of these people. Hello. How's it going? Hey, there you are.
Are you Sarah from Chapman?
Okay. So these people, they want you. Like, I sold them. How do you think I got everyone in this room? If you're a trainer, you're an influencer. Like, you're only as capable or big as you basically have to be a media company. I had to create a media company to understand that when you go online, right, that your influence is as big as your list, right? You ever heard the riches are in the list? Yeah. So, like, the way I get these influencers here is I say, look, like, you guys need trainers because the world's changing. 50 years ago, we're symptoms-based medicine. This is not good for personal trainers. How many degrees do you, or how many certifications do you have? Two. Which ones?
Nesta and OTA.
Now, what if you could create your own certification?
I don't really have interest in that, to be honest.
That's too bad, because that's a very lucrative market, right? Now, you know who Forbes Riley is?
A little bit.
You better know who Forbes Riley is. She sold a juicer for $1 billion. Right?
What up, YouTube? So, just gonna be as raw and as real as I can on these vlogs, because I don't really know how to do it any other way. And I'm not the type of person to be drawn in by celebrity endorsements, etc., etc., etc. And so this conference is a bit of a disappointment for me. Most of the stuff they were teaching, most of the information they gave out, I either already knew, or the more valuable things they were going to give out, they were going to charge me more for it. They were trying to sell me multiple times for multiple things within the 4 to 5 hours that didn't even apply to me. And the name power they had was huge. They had huge names, but they weren't really directly related to the fitness industry. They had a lot of psychological, like, professors and PhDs. I don't you know, all the letters, MBAs, blah, 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 whatever's. But all these, you know, mind professors, and I'm not saying their products didn't work or anything like that, but it was just a lot of, you know, distractions, a lot of noise that if I would have stayed, they would have sold me on more mind exercises and stuff like that. Supplements, which I'm not a huge fan of at all, even when it comes to your body, but they're trying to sell me in supplements for your mind. Laser sharp focus, different things like that. Biggest name I'm going to say on camera, I'm not going to say every other name that was there because I'm not a person that's trying to show off about celebrity attachment, which they were also trying to sell you on, which I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I'm not a huge fan of that. And so they're trying to sell you on, you know, attach yourselves with celebrities and you'll do great in this industry. And the biggest one they had was Forbes Riley, or is it Forb Riley's? I know she has an S at the end of one of those, but Forbes Riley was there, and I left right before she was gonna speak. She's literally gonna speak right after the lunch, and I didn't care. I mean, like, most of the people there were dying to see her and everything, but I'm not about that. I don't really care about that. I didn't care to get a picture with her. I'm just ready to leave because, like I said in the previous clip, these kind of conferences, you have to compare the amount of value you're gonna get out compared to that time and that money and that resource you sacrifice with the time you would have been able to execute. And if I would have stayed home and executed for another 4 to 5 hours, I would have got more value and more progression in my business than learning the 2 to 3% of usefulness that they actually gave me in this conference. And I know it sounds really rough. A lot of these conferences though, at this point, especially if they're super low cost, aren't going to give you that great of information depending on their structure. Obviously this one was low cost because they're trying to upsell you on, you know, bigger packages. I'm talking like $500, $1,000, $2,000 on things that are just not for me, or very overpriced, unnecessary supplements, mind shakes, you know, have a picture with Forbes for your next fitness book, just different things that I didn't need, and people were just dying to see, you know, Forbes because she's a celebrity, and they stayed. And the conference in general didn't have a lot of people. Some things about it, I didn't like how it was ran, just because overall, you know, when people were applauding, it was the people that were running the conference. It seemed like they had people already, you know, it seemed like you could tell exactly who in the audience came there for the conference and who in the audience came there because they were almost kind of like paid to be there, to clap, to sit in certain areas. It was just very obvious, not organic at all, not genuine. I'm not saying it's a horribly put conference. I'm not saying they're bad people, but it definitely wasn't for me. Did not get enough value out of it. I don't care how many people are there, and just wasn't for me. A little disappointed. Would have rather been executing. This vlog's getting long. Same thing with fitness though. So I'm sorry if you watched to this point and there's not a lot of fitness value, but same thing with fitness. If you're watching my videos a lot, which I super appreciate by the way, but you're not executing, I'd rather you execute. Even though I get less views, I'd rather you watch half the amount of my videos that I put out, but you're executing more on them. I'd rather you do that than watch every single one of my videos and not execute on anything I'm trying to help you with when it comes to fitness. And so same thing, business and fitness. It's not glamorous, it's not sexy, it's not about celebrities, it's about execution. And so gonna go home, gonna execute. Appreciate you guys going with me on this journey, just trying to be as raw and real as possible. Same thing with fitness and business. It's gonna be a lot of these moments where you're gonna be very disappointed, where a lot of bumps, hills and valleys in the journey, and you have days like this where you waste 4 or 5 hours at a conference that you didn't get very much value of. And so hope this helps you guys. I'm stumbling on my words. I'm getting super tired and hungry too, so I'll see you guys later. Please subscribe. Peace.